One. What is good, everybody? What's good? We got Mr. Collipark in the house. Shout out to Mr. Collipark. He's got a new song dropping tomorrow. My favorite jeans. I can't
Yeah.
wait for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
I'm a
can't either.
I'm a big Simple Man fan. I love Simple Man. I
Oh,
think
he's so
Simple,
dope.
bro, he's so underrated.
Yeah. Yeah, he's dope.
Lyrical genius.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
A-
he
And
is.
and I really like the blend of what you mixed. You mix the hip hop, the club hip hop. You got just hip hop in general, and
Right.
then you're bringing these country rappers into the scene, and it's allowing these country rappers to showcase their talent to a different audience.
Right.
Ah,
Right.
man, oh man, it didn't hit. My bad. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I thought it. My screen was delayed there. But anyway, I think that's important, man, and I think that that's overlooked. I think songs like this showcase talent to a fan base that literally has never seen it. And I know growing up listening to underground hip hop when the Mr. Collie Parks, DJ Smurf back in the day, right? I don't know how you still carry with that,
Right.
but I just listened to an interview with Strizzo. You know what I mean? Looking at these DJs back in the day, I was like, what are these guys doing? But but now it's like, yo, they're paving the way for the industry.
Right. Right.
I appreciate that.
I mean, and some of that is just like the competitive nature of hip hop.
Right.
Uh, when you're a part of the culture, that's just kind of it just kind of comes with it, man. That opinionated, especially if you're in any form trying to be a part of the creative aspect of it. If you making music, if you're a DJ, if you write, you're artist that's just writing or any aspect of creative uh, space,
Right.
you're going to criticize other people.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of hip hop, man.
Well, I mean, a lot of people thought like I remember Trick Daddy. Like Trick Daddy he was like on the brink of he was a club rapper. Like he made them club hits, and everybody disrespected Trick for that. They really never gave him the credit as yo, that man was just a rapper.
Not where I was at.
It depends on where I'm from Florida. I'm from Florida, so Trick Daddy was
Okay.
kind of looked at like he was, Trick was he was dope. Yeah, everybody is saying for the kids. I mean, we loved Trick Daddy, but he really never got the notoriety as like a true lyricist. It was more like just hype music all the time
Right.
because that's all they heard. That's all the big songs were is the hype songs, and
Right.
they can accredit a lot of that to the DJs.
Right.
I think that's what goes over country rap. I hear a lot of different people, and the reason I want to speak on this a little bit is because I follow a lot of country rap. I see a lot of what people do. Shout out to Trailer Made. I love what Trailer Made's got going on.
Right.
They're really open minded. They understand the music industry. They understand that they're going to do what they're going to do regardless, and people are either going to like it or they're not.
Right.
And they don't mind going out of their comfort zone a little bit to allow their fan base to grow and allow their skill sets to grow.
Right.
Um, Country rap is afraid, I think, of growth. I think anything's afraid of growth. I think we're unsure of it. You know what I mean?
And that's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy that you would have a subgenre of rap.
Mhm.
It's country rap.
Right.
So it's kind of like country music. Well, let's just take the name of it. If country music is meeting rap music, right?
Right.
Um, the basis of it within itself is the merging of two different kinds of music.
Right.
So how can you back yourself into a corner from a creative aspect?
I don't know. But you'll hear a lot of the artists like shout out to Big Murph. Big Murph will tell you I'm an artist. At the end of the day, I'm an artist. FJ Outlaw said the same thing. So the way I try to wrap this around, I've tried to figure it out. I don't think anybody will figure it out, but this is the best thing that I've came up with. I remember when trap rap was introduced. I remember when trap rap really hit the scene and they were pushing it hard. I mean, it was, and you either took it or you did it. And then you guys grabbed a hold of it and you turned that trap rap into a club rap that was relatable to anybody, even though they were talking about selling dope, running out the trap house. You know what I'm saying? So it took some time for that to develop. Not everybody accepted trap rap, and I feel that's the same thing as country rap. It's more of a southern rap. I mean,
it is, but when if as an artist, and we were speaking a little before we got on here.
Yeah.
As an artist, man, you just create, and you don't create for everybody. You create for the people who are checking for what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was around in Southern rap when it wasn't accepted everywhere. I remember being in New York for the umpteenth time before I heard "Damn" by the Young Bloods, which was the first Southern rap song that I heard on morning show radio in New York. I was
Right.
there for that. I was a part of that movement. And so to now that we're here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all Southern shit.
Right.
And to have anybody in any genre or subgenre of hip hop, you know, discrediting or shitting on anything as far as the growth and the exposure and growing anything with rap, it doesn't make sense. And to me, that speaks of ignorance.
I agree.
That's
I mean,
ignorance.
100%. You remember Jam Pony Express, right?
I just saw Slick Vic in the club Sunday. He was here in Atlanta, in Ellenwood at Pseudo. I go see him every time he comes. But the last two times he's come, I was right there.
Some of the most country folks I've ever met listen to that. I mean, David Banner, Nappy Roots. Nappy Roots to me were like, people don't give Nappy Roots the credit that Nappy Roots deserves. Like it's insane. A Field Mob, Dead in the Chevy. That a lot of that stuff was just pushed under the rug as that ain't country rap. That was something different. I don't know what it was classified as. But
it wasn't, we didn't call it anything. It was just rap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was
that's
rap.
What I'm saying. So how can you come and take anything with the word hip hop or the term or the phrase hip hop? How can you create anything with the phrase hip hop in it and then back it up into a corner and say this isn't worthy of that?
Yeah, you're right. It's just rap at the end of the day.
It's rap.
Yeah.
It was rap. So, you know, I come from the 80s, early 90s, late 80s, when Atlanta music, before trap, when it was just Miami, what we call it Atlanta booty shake music.
Right.
So I come from that. Before all of this shit, before Outkast, before Goody Mob, there was MC Shy D. And so I was around before all of this shit. And so the people who sit back and criticize, now they're ignorant.
Yeah.
Because for anybody to have an opportunity doing any form of hip hop back in the day, you jumped at it. We welcome hip hop comes from sampling other genres of music.
Yeah, you're right.
So the basis of the creativity of hip hop is sampling and merging other forms of music. So how could you come in country rap?
Yeah, you're right. Now, I never thought of it like that.
And say this is ours. You can't come be a part of this. It's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Yeah. That's what closes it off so much, is that people don't, man, you're right. Because if you don't have I just pictured you, because I know what your name comes from. I've known that long enough. I just picture you being the musician hustler, bro, out there on the block, getting your music on. Like you're right. At the end of the day, you're grabbing whatever you could grab. You're sampling it. You're throwing it on the track. You're one-upping it. That was rap. That was the hustle. That was, I'm going to be better than you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to run with that. Like, you're right. That a lot of that just went out the window, and it went back to, I'm making music for whatever I want to make it for, and nobody can be a part of it. Yeah.
All of the early hip hop, you take Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, was a replay of Good Times by Chic, right?
Right.
Then you go to all the shit that Rick Rubin was doing in the early days of Def Jam, where he was sampling all those rock records.
Mm-hmm.
All of that shit was rock records with 808 up under it.
Yep.
Or drum machines up under it.
Yep.
They didn't call that shit a rock rap.
Yeah,
it was just
rap.
hip hop.
Yeah, hip hop. Yeah.
So if they gave that a sub-genre of a genre back then, everything would be relegated to the type of beat that you rapped over.
Yeah, and then your creative
rap is to me.
Yeah, essentially you're right. And then your creative ability, you're just shutting yourself off. You're correct. Yeah. You're 100% correct.
Dumb. That's dumb. And I hope anybody, watching this, hopefully we ain't got none of those type of people on here right now. But the people, if there's anybody on here who's mad, looking at anybody doing the country rap or judging anybody trying to say, I call it rap. Matter of fact, when Vic, who introduced me to the whole subgenre, when he showed it to me, I was expecting to hear something that I never heard before.
Right.
All I heard was people rapping over beats with guitars.
Right.
Some of it. Then some of them were just
Yeah.
rapping over trap shit.
Yeah. I don't think, see, that's the thing. I think what happened is, and this is me, I don't look at country rap as a rap on a guitar. To me, country rap is a little different. I used to be into the slanging and the running with the wrong crowd and the doing the things I shouldn't do. To me, man, country rap is something that I went past that thug life, and it's just talking about, like, maybe like Hard Target's a good example. Upchurch is a good example. Um, and Hard Target's a better example because, and Big Murph is, a lot of these guys are rappers at heart. You know what I'm saying? And they truly been through it, but they don't feel like it's important to talk about it anymore. They want to talk about what they're doing now.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever asked anybody this.
Okay.
Because the premise of it just is crazy to me. So I never bothered to ask. And I just thought about that just now. What is a country rapper? By definition.
For me, by definition, is just somebody that.
Before you answer,
Okay.
is your answer subjective or is what it is?
It's subjective. It's
Okay.
subjective because it's just my opinion. See, a lot of people, I've heard people say it's the beat. I've heard people say it's the lifestyle. But to me, bro, I grew up in, I don't know if you're familiar with Clearwater. I grew up in Clearwater.
Florida?
Yeah, Clearwater,
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
I ran around Wick City. I ran around, like I told you. You don't, FJ Outlaw to me is a great definition of what country rap is. And a lot of people will go, what? What are you talking about? The ghetto, gold in his mouth, dreads, whatever. Yo, he's making music that's relatable to his people. If you lived in a trailer and you ain't got heat and you're living and you're shoveling snow, and I mean, what is country? I mean, what is that?
So let me ask you a question. So to me, it sounds like you're describing
a lifestyle.
Right. So to me, it's like another version. It sounds like somebody describing trap music to me.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is to me. Like I ain't in that hip hop mainstream anymore because the lifestyle that they talk about and the things that they promote ain't from. I can't be riding around with my kid going to my 9 to 5, talk about I'm getting lit up in the club, popping shot.
Right.
It don't work, bro. So how do I relate to that as a person? I can't.
To be honest with you, when I first talked to Vic, which is for anybody watching this, shouts out to Big Vic XL. He had been trying to get me to just do beats for country rappers for the longest.
Right.
And I was like, man, I ain't fucking with that shit because
mm-hmm.
I didn't understand. I didn't care enough to look into it. Right. I'm thinking, when you say country, I'm thinking country music, just country music. That's what I thought about.
Yeah.
So when I actually, when he actually made me really start looking into it, all I saw, it was a throwback to me, because what I saw was people who still cared about the art form.
Right.
I saw rappers who still cared about how they delivered their lyrics, the beats, it was to me. So when I looked at it, I saw a throwback in hip hop just in general.
They were actually rappers rapping for a purpose with emotion.
Right.
Yeah.
Singing without auto-tune.
Yeah.
And it's funny I say that because my new song got a guy on it with auto-tune.
I mean, it's understandable in some aspects. Like when people drown it out. Look at T-Pain. T-Pain don't need the auto-tune.
Right.
But he uses it in it, I guess.
But what I mean is,
yeah.
The talent over here is just so raw, and it's like a best kept secret as far as the pool of talent over here that I've heard since I've been over here.
Right.
That's what really caught my attention and said, oh, because I was just sending Vic beats and he was sending them to all these rappers and they were just sending verses back. People who I'd never heard. That's how, when I first heard Simple Man on Twerking at the Hoedown, which that's the first song, I just had that song laying around, not finished.
Right.
And so when I heard that, I was like, yo, this dude is fucking dope as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And it didn't matter who he was. It didn't matter that I never heard of him. He sounded better than 90% of the people who I hear on the radio. So
facts.
that's when I sat up like, oh shit, it's some talent over here. Then even Jack Gaspar, who's on the new single, when I heard him, it's just a hunger in these guys that I just don't hear in whatever. See, there's no subgenre in rap now. It ain't East Coast, West Coast. All this shit sounds the same to me. So
That's
I
what I'm
don't hear
saying.
it
They
in rap.
settled that beef a long time ago, bro. It's weird to me because like you're right on. Jack's in here, Coca's in here. I think I seen somebody else in here. Uh Vic's in here, but Jack's a good example. Jack is he's a rapper, bro. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, my dog's just rapping. He just happened to be in the
yeah,
country of Louisiana. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And if
Which
you
is where
put
I
on,
signed Hurricane from.
bro, I'm these look, at the end of the day, when I grew up listening to music, and I'm sure it's the same for you, there was no watching it on anything. When I heard something, I heard it. There was no
Right,
visual. I didn't know if the dude had country boots on. He was wearing a
right,
hat. He could have been standing in his bathroom, and he probably was rapping with the sock on his mic. And at the end of the day, I just thought it was good music. I thought I enjoyed what they were doing.
right,
That's all it's really about, bro. I think things get overshadowed with your image now. Like, oh, it's a black guy, or they're shaking booties, or he ain't country enough, or he's too tall, or he's too short, or he's Mexican, or like at the end of the day, if it sounds good, what does it really matter?
right,
If it's
right,
for the music, what does it matter what the person looks like? They could be bald with no teeth. That's why I think those open verse challenges, I think, look, Southern Smokes are what I got a lot of my music from. I started doing Captain's Chronic, and I would take a bunch of country rap artists from different areas. I call it the Florida album, I call it the Tennessee album, and I lump them all together because I look at what grew rap music for me as an individual. That's what grew it. Not
right,
people posting it on YouTube. It was different people sharing different stuff, not just what they did.
right.
I mean, look at all the successful mixtapes that come from the rap industry. Like just mixtapes. We won't even go in if everybody couldn't post on anything. Look at that Piff. Look what that thing did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's a
It's funny that
no-brainer.
that's not relevant now. Like it's crazy.
It's still active. You could go on there right
Well,
now.
it's
You know,
active, but it's not what it was.
nobody
You know,
uses it.
right,
Uh,
right.
it-
Even
They
even live mixtapes, like that's still up too.
I don't I'll see them play. I'll go on YouTube every now and then. They got a 50 Cent one, they got an Eminem or a Biggie, but they don't have at the end of the day, man, we ain't gonna grow if the only people that listen to it is the only people that listen to country rap. Like you gotta get this stuff in the clubs. I
Right,
think I think what you're doing is so smart because I know I grew up in the ghetto, bro. I grew up around gold teeth, baggy pants, big rims, donks. I didn't grow up around lifted trucks, but I will be the first to tell you that 90% of the people that I hung around with were country. They were as
right.
country as it can. They got their families got property in North Georgia, and they're up there with suspenders on out doing all kinds of and
But here's some funny shit though. So growing up in Atlanta, I never thought of us being country just because it's all I knew, right?
yeah,
When I went to school in Huntsville, Alabama, at
yep,
Alabama A&M, that's what opened my eyes up to how people looked at all of us because I
yeah.
saw people who were more country than I was.
They didn't get their
I'm
hands dirty, and you were
I'm
ready to
already
dig in the
country,
mud.
right?
Yeah,
But when I saw other people, that was a different. I'll just say a different kind of country.
yeah,
I won't even say more country.
right.
It made me open my eyes, and then even I started looking at television programs differently, how they would cast in the heat of the night, for
Yep,
example.
yep.
I never looked at it like, oh, they trying to say that's how we talk. I never even thought about it because it was just a TV show that I liked. But when I started traveling, it made me start looking at how other people looked at us.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know
from
what I
Florida.
mean?
I know 100% what you mean because where
But we
I
but we
live,
were
I'm
all we're
immediately
all
country.
country though.
Right? Everyone is.
So
Every
what is so I asked, so what the fuck is country rap?
eh, it's I don't I think it's just a place. I think it's somewhere where people feel like they got a comfort zone. And at the end of the day, like I know some really dope rappers like Coca's fire. I don't know if you had time to invest into what Coca's doing. JJ Hughes, Ski Mask Cowboy. A lot of
Okay.
these people are starting to like Ski Mask Cowboy just did a show with Afro Man. A lot of people
Okay.
are not gonna like that he did that. He's on tour with Afro Man. Shout out to him because what I was
Why?
saying was is
Why?
if you're in look, if you bring Afro Man, Ski Mask Cowboy, Jack Gaspard, and the Ying Yang Twins into let's say Atlanta, Georgia, into one of the thickest nightclubs in Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody's in there shaking booties and they hear this come on and it grabs and it goes. And now everybody in Atlanta is wanting to hear this song every night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night. And it's playing in these clubs all night long. People are jumping up and down. They just like rap. They're country. Like you said, we're all country at the end of the day.
Right.
In some form, they're relating to the music. They ain't seeing an image. They're not seeing this white boy out in the middle of Louisiana sitting in there with a jar of peanut butter in his pocket making a you know what I'm saying? They're not seeing that. It's just it goes back to feeling a vibe, bro. And I think if we break that barrier of understanding that everybody listens to music the same way, it doesn't matter what the person is. It's music.
Right. At
It's
the
an
end of
art.
the day, that's all it is. I think I love the fact that there is a subgenre of country rap, but I'm not down with the closed mindedness of labeling anybody trying to either get into it or expand out of it.
Well, how many one-hit wonders have you heard in your day? Lots, right?
A gang of them.
And why is that? Because those people that were trying to squeeze into being a rapper really weren't cut out for it. And guess what? The rap industry exposed that eventually and they couldn't keep up and they fell off. That's what that is.
So even in regular rap, I give you a prime example. A rapper by the name of Plies.
Yeah.
That everybody knows.
Oh, yeah. I think you're it's crazy. I was going to say that same name about his brother, but I'll let you go into it.
I don't know his brother, but I did one of Plies' first mixtape records that people know about called Takeoff. Right? It's a record called Takeoff. And I'm cool with Ted down at Slip and Slide and Julian, who was working at Slip and Slide at the time. So I would just send them beat CDs. And I didn't even know who Plies was at the time. They called me and said, we got this new cat, street cat out of whatever part of Florida. I can't remember what part of Florida he was out of. It wasn't Miami. When I heard him, he sounded like he was from Miami. But I was like, fuck it, I fuck with y'all, just let them do it. So we did the business and did the beat. When I heard the fucking record, it was the hardest shit I had ever heard in my life. And when I first met him, he was at an Ozone Award show with no shirt on, standing in the lobby with some Dickies on.
Yep, ready to go.
Ready to go. Now, that was Plies' image until he made that fucking song with T-Pain.
Yep. I'm saying, bro, I don't know if you're familiar with Crime Mob, but I used to be in and out of everywhere in the clubs of Crime Mob, and that's how they were. They sometimes I seen some of them dudes in the same, they didn't care. They go out, same thing they wore all day. It wasn't nothing, dude. It was just like that's what that cat JJ Hughes reminds me of. That there was no getting ready for your show, bro. Like sometimes they would go above and beyond and get a shirt, but most of the time we went to the corner store for a white tee. Yep, and my white tee. It was simple, bro. It was so much different. It was fun. It was like, yo, what are they gonna do today?
Yeah, until you experience, even ignorant people, because they've never been places, they've never seen things, they've never tasted food outside of their neighborhood. So when you start experiencing that stuff, the stuff that comes with success. So when you hit that record like Plies did with Shawty, and you get exposed to a whole nother crowd that ain't in the streets.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to do with that hood shit you talking about. Right. They thought that song was a female anthem.
Yeah.
So now you can't go backwards after that. You can't go back to the corner after you have the success that you had with a record like Shawty. And the smart ones, they continue to feed it.
I don't know, man, because I see the crazy thing is I remember getting up, going, hanging out with the homeboys, and bro, there ain't nobody that I've ever seen in the ghettos that will put on some old school classic like Boosie. I watch Boosie live all the time, and he will play some of the most panty dropping music I have ever heard, and he will sing his heart out. I remember these old men driving down the road singing R. Kelly like they 112. They were peaches and creaming. They were, but deeper than that. That was the mainstream. But I think that's what I'm saying though. That's important. Like you're right. The algorithms of the internets have definitely closed people off to stepping outside of their comfort zone and listening
That's
to
true.
something different.
That's true.
So with you coming in and just like, yo, I'm remixing Morgan Wallen, I'm putting Jack Gaspar, I'm putting Simple Man, I got Hard Target, Big Murph. You doing that is forced people to change, and I think that's what shook people up so much. Is they're like, well, we don't want this in our algorithm, but at the end of the day, they're like, it's crazy, bro.
It's but you know what I'm doing is that's
It's
what I'm
awesome.
saying.
It's
Well,
awesome because and it don't matter.
So if we talking about mixtapes and all this kind of shit, that ain't nothing but the shit we do in rap.
Yeah, that's rap. That's what we
the
should
shit we
do.
do in rap.
Thank you. Thank you for saying
So
that because
how you
without that, it
country
ain't
rap?
rap. Yeah.
How you country rap and don't want to do the shit that we do in rap?
No, we're country then at that point.
It's rap first. It's rap first. Everything
Yep.
second.
Yep.
If not, you can just make country music.
Right.
But it's country rap. So don't shit on the things that come with rap.
No.
Because that's the cornerstone of the whole genre, rap.
That's what holds it together. That's what I've said. Like,
if it's not rap, it's country. So you doing some country music shit.
Yeah.
Take the rap off of it.
Yep.
And call it country. But that's not what it is. If it's country rap, you can't shit on the shit that if I want to bring some rap shit to country rap,
yeah,
you got to take it, bro.
Yeah.
you got to take that shit.
Well, at the end of the day, it goes back to what you're saying. And my mom's always told me this. There's how many 7 billion people or whatever in the world, and not everybody's gonna like what you're doing. But at the end of the day, it's not about what's happening right now. Like let's say you bring exposure to whatever artist you're working for. Look at Vic's track, and what Vic XL, the track. Man, I just had a brain fart. The one that just went 4 times platinum or whatever it was.
Oh, Wobble. You talking about?
Yeah,
VIC.
Wobble. Yeah, look at Wobble.
VIC.
Yeah, VIC. That's what I meant. Originally I didn't know that there was a difference between them. That's a funny story.
That's funny.
I thought VIC was Vic. It was just a different picture. He's like,
no.
bro, how much do you think I aged since then? I'm like, my bad, bro.
Yeah.
It was
clearly you've never seen VIC.
Well, I watched the Country Rap Report and then I seen VIC on the photo, but I know what these Photoshop people can do with album covers. So I was just, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. So I was just giving. But anyway, that didn't take off. Look what it took to get it to where it took off.
Right.
Pushing it out the trunks. That's the stuff that country rap doesn't want to do. You're right. They don't want to do mixtapes. They don't want. That's why I respect Trailer Made. They put the compilation album out. We need that. You need to be able to hear a bunch of different artists within 30 minutes because people can't pay attention.
Right.
How are you going to go look for your new track, look for this new track, look for this new track when everybody's fighting against one another?
And if it forces you, like the remixes or whatever, let's just take an artist like Jack Gaspard that you never heard of,
right?
As talented as he is, when I listen to Jack, it sounds like he's already been here,
right?
Before, with the way that he delivers, the confidence, all of that. So when you put him on a familiar song, it introduces you to him,
right?
You know what I mean? You might not go to his page or go Spotify looking for Jack, no. But when you hit his remix, even if you shitting on the remix, you hear like, oh shit, this guy ain't half bad. Who is this?
Facts.
Jack Gaspard.
Facts.
So, it's just, these all, because before the internet and all that, we had to do shit like that. So when you trying to break in music, you got to do whatever it takes to get exposure.
I've never heard of the guy it's what, Jack Simple Man, and I've never heard of the other.
Kenny Wayne.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's out of Louisiana as well.
So that's a prime example. And I already know who Simple Man is, and I already know who Jack Gaspard is, and I obviously knew who you were, but who would have thought that pocket of 3 would bring a new artist? I didn't.
Right.
I was so happy when Vic told me. He was like, bro, you know who we're about to have a whole. I said, no way, dude.
Yeah, it's dope. And we just having fun, man. You don't know, you never know what's gonna hit. You know what I mean? That to me, that's the cool thing about country rap. There's no pressure,
right?
Because it's so new. Well, to me, and it's undiscovered right now by the mainstream.
Well, would you say? Do you see it in the nightclubs now in Atlanta? Do you see it in the scene? Like, I'll say this: since you've made the ones that you've made, because I feel like this is important for people to understand. Since you made these remixes, do you see them being introduced by DJs into nightclubs in communities where they might have never been introduced?
Well, no, but I know it's exposed other DJs to these artists
Right.
because you got to think it's twofold now. It ain't just the nightclubs. The internet bigger than the nightclub now. So where your main exposure would have been in a, you know, getting a DJ to break your shit in the strip club or whatever.
Right.
Hell, but you put your shit up on YouTube, you getting way more exposure than a 500 capacity nightclub.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not making, when I make these remixes, I'm not, even the record that I'm putting out now, and I told Vic, my favorite Jeans wouldn't have been a record that I would have put out after the Hold Down record that I put out. But it's the first record that I can say I'm not putting it out for a club. Although it got a cool little beat or whatever to it. I like what we saying on it. It's some funny shit. It's some real shit. As a man, right. You know, I'm not a jealous guy, but I'm just saying I know somebody gonna hear that shit and be like, God damn, I can relate to that shit.
Yeah.
And I've never really done that before, other than the Nagging record that we put out with Yin Yang Twins. And the reason why we put Nagging out is because we knew we couldn't come behind Get Low with another club record.
Right. You knew you weren't gonna get to that. Yeah.
It would have been a waste of time to try to come behind a record as big as Get Low with, let's just say, Salt Shaker.
Right. It would have drowned it. It would have drowned it out. Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't have got the exposure it deserved to get.
But here's the thing though. Yin Yang Twins got about 3 or 4 records that exposed them to the male audience.
Okay.
That didn't give a fuck about. I ain't gonna say they didn't give a fuck, but didn't look at them a certain kind of way through the girl records. So you got the record Smoke by Myself, Drink by Myself.
These old bucket, that's for real. Yo, yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Nagging, which was a relationship record.
Stop calling them out. Stop calling them out. Oh, yeah, yeah. But what was that? Stop calling them out. Stop calling them out. Cell phone them out. That was Field Mob. Okay.
Yeah,
my phone and my page because that people don't relate to that no more. I don't understand that. They're afraid to bump that in their car.
It's just finding a way. That to me, that's what's cool about the country aspect of it, the songwriting.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because you can slow it down like that and make it more heartfelt.
And you can actually talk about something.
Yeah, you're right.
The subject matter, the audience that listens to country rap, are more susceptible to subject matter.
Right.
And that's what's cool about the merge. Now that is aspects of it that benefit. It's the hating shit that don't benefit. But the songwriting aspect of country rap, it allows these artists to actually talk about some shit.
Oh, you just made me think of something, because look at Upchurch, for example. He'll reach you with my next to red, and he'll be over here talking about you can't ride in my Range Rover. But then he'll go all the way out to till the end. He'll be singing out like he's in the 50s. You're right. And look at the acceptance that they slap with that. Oh, my dog's reaching every. And you're right, bro. And that's real. But look, why isn't it accepted across the whole thing that, hey, if this man wants to get rocky with it in a song, he wants to get heartfelt, he wants to shake some ass, he wants to, I mean, what is the difference?
Let me tell you why it ain't hit like that. Because ain't none of these country rappers, quote unquote, ever had a record to cross over all genres. And until you have that, you're gonna hate on the possibility of it happening because you don't think it's possible for you to do it. But when somebody actually does it and they're exposed to Black people, white people, Mexicans, or Hispanics, I'm sorry, Asians, when they're exposed to every kind of culture because their record has no genre anymore.
Right.
Then talk to that artist.
Yeah, you're right.
But I don't care if you got a number one record, whatever, but if you got a number one country record that just stays country versus a record that's why it was so funny when Lil Nas X with that Old Town
They've
Road.
never seen the reach of what it really is. They've never seen the understanding of my fans might be really loyal right now, but this next album that I push, and it reaches a different fan base. Yeah, you're right.
Would you shit on your new fans if you went and got double your fan base that you have now, but they're not country rappers, but they love you because this song you made was bigger than country rap. You
I
didn't make
think
it with that
I,
in mind,
I think
but
I'd be in the same situation as churches where you're gonna just make music. At the end of the day, it might be country today, it might be rap tomorrow. Hell, I might rock out for a couple weeks, and if you're
yeah,
gonna ride with me, you're gonna ride with me,
yeah.
and if you ain't, I don't know what to tell you.
At the end
Yeah,
of the day, it's all just music, man. At
yeah,
the end of the day, it's all just music, really.
yeah. To me, I feel like, have you ever listened to? Sometimes I get weird. I listen to Japanese rap, and I don't
No,
understand a word they're saying, but bro, their beats and their cadence in their songs, just
my
the way
daughter
they.
listens to that shit. That well, she listens to the K-pop, the Korean
No,
pop.
not. I'm talking about you
No,
go
no,
on
no, no.
Apple Music,
I've not listened to no. That's as close as I've come to it.
man. Go when you get some time. You might think I'm crazy, but you're not gonna understand a word they're saying. But imagine sampling something like that, bro. Like for real. Though, there's a different type of fans. Like I've learned from Mr. Beast. I don't know if you know who Mr. Beast is, but the America is a very small portion of anything. Like we don't
Right,
really. You got to literally reach out and understand are you doing this for. I think people don't accept what they're doing it for. I think a lot of people want to say, I ain't doing this for the views, I ain't doing this for the whatever, I'm just doing it to make music. Well, you want people to listen, you want to reach different communities.
right.
Not everybody's gonna like you just standing in your studio on your mic singing one cadence, one song, one emotion. You got to spread it out, man. uh
Well, I again, at the end of the day, it's art. Art is subjective.
yeah.
I think if you get into music, you should do it for a love of music. So when
Oh,
you're creating from that place,
yeah.
that's all that matters, man. Real talk. That's all that matters. As an artist, you can have a paintbrush in your hand or a microphone in your hand. You're an artist. You just create from a pure place, a
Mm.
sincere place, a vulnerable place. And whatever the world thinks about it is you did your job when you put that shit out. That's it.
And that's what builds the genre, though, because everybody's gonna have that own push of why they make music. Uh, your example with the next song that's about to drop tomorrow, it was kind of like it was just what you it made it might have been something you were just thinking about, like man, the moment.
You know what's funny? So I wish it was that clever. I can't take the credit. So Kane from the Yin Yang Twins, I sent him the twerking at the hold down beat and this beat back at the same time.
Okay.
And as soon as he heard the twerking at the hold down beat, the hook just came out his mouth, just like right there.
Boom.
And same thing with the favorite jeans. He's just a jukebox, man, and he just I don't know what influenced him, but from the hook, I started thinking about what it meant because we changed the hook up around a little bit. It was a really almost like a parody song at first,
Yeah.
but the message was so real that I felt like men could really feel this shit. We made it a little more serious than it was originally intended to be. And
Right.
that's where the country music comes in at to me because people will listen. If you saying some shit,
Yeah.
people who listen to country music, they want to hear you sing about some real shit or
Yeah.
talk about some real shit that they can
Or if you're gonna
feel.
put
So
bars in there, the bars should have some relevance to what you're rapping about.
and then when
Yeah.
Jack sent his verse, I was like, he killed this shit. He murdered the shit.
Jack's
And
good, man. Jack is a very underrated artist.
yeah, he captured the energy of what I felt. And then
Yeah.
Simple Man, took it to another level. So I mean,
You know what I think Simple Man's problem is, and I've told him this. I think that Simple Man's lyrics are so in depth, like he is so in tune with what he's rapping about that it's happened to me where I'm like 4 or 5 plays in, I'm like, damn, did
yeah,
he
yeah.
really just say what I thought he said? Because it's so he uses
Did
what do they
Vic
call
send you the new record?
uh-uh.
So when you hear that, it's funny that you said that. So he going so hard on this record, right?
Yeah.
That I kept playing it out because I have the session, I can hear it without the beat. So I know what he's saying, right? But while the beat is playing, I'm like, yo, I'm getting lost in this shit while the beat's playing. So when I mixed the record, I pulled the beat out like Scarred in Luke, the Luke record,
Yeah.
Scarred.
Yeah.
So I did a bunch of mutes like a Jam Pony mixtape. So when you hear the mix, I kept pulling the beat back.
Oh.
So you can hear. And when Vic heard it, he was like, "Man, I ain't never heard no country rap record like that." I was like, "Man, well," but see, to me,
because
I
you
never
knew
thought.
it was hard to pick up what he was saying, so you almost like chopped it.
But there was
Essentially,
no rules for me not to do it either. That's what I'm
no, that's
saying.
so dope, dude.
There was
That's
no rules that to me that said, "Yo, you can't do that."
what's that guy's name that did twerking at the hoedown? I watched a little bit of your interview that you did with him, I think a year ago. I can't remember his name. And I watched when you were doing, man, what is his name? Jimmy?
Oh no, Billy.
Billy, bro, that was insane. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody truly understands what it took to make the twerking at the hoedown. Like they might think that you guys just grabbed this beat through some samples off of the internet. No, I watched him just and then plug it in. I mean, he sat there and played with that, and I was like, bro, why is he moving it? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand why he moved it. Like that's just an art.
He played on his new record as well.
This one, he did this one, a little bit of this.
Yeah, he played on this record as well. I mean, Billy played on Georgia Dome. Billy played on the BG record I wanted. I've been working with Billy for years with the same fucking guitar that he's playing this country rap.
Yeah. In the same little studio, sitting there acting like he's literally just, it's insane how he did that.
Billy's a legend, man.
One time you do that, instead of going live like you were doing when it was all going down, you got to get a little video. Like a behind the scenes of that is really important. I feel like to document it.
We do. You know what? I never released it because we had so much footage of shit going up around that twerking at the hoedown. I need to put it out. He actually put some shit together. So I got to get it from Billy and post that.
I've never seen somebody work like that. Like that was and did you say BG? Did you say he did a track with BG?
BG?
Like BG.
BG.
Oh my God. See, that's crazy. Like at the end of the day, the rappers that I listen to, like the C Murders, the BGs, the Boosies, the Little Fat, like a lot of people don't understand that, yo, we've been listening to this country rap thing. They just didn't have a name for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we just had an evolution. And to be real with you, I'll say this. The white boys jumped in the scene and they're like, we could do this too. And I feel like that's the tear. People don't want to just say, hey, I'm a white boy and I'm a rapper. I think I'm not speaking for anybody, but I just feel like the overall census of the situation is you're not a rapper because you're white, but they won't admit they're a rapper because they're white. If that makes any sense.
That's funny.
I'm a rapper. At the end of the day, that's what it should be. My shout out to my dog Kenny Reacts. He used to wear FUBU. I used to wear a FUBU jersey all the time myself. It didn't matter. I didn't understand nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see that. You didn't see that divide. At the end of the day, the divide is so petty. And I found so much badass music. I remember my mom would let me listen to whatever, even though the neighbors, their parents never let them listen to what they wanted to, bro. And I appreciate music so much more for that.
So I started out as a DJ, right? So I knew as a DJ, you control the crowd, you don't let the crowd control you. And so I'm like that with my music. You know, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to do my shit.
Right.
If you don't like it, that's fine. If you love it, great. But you can't come and tell me and make me feel no kind of way about why you don't like my music, especially when I'm successful.
Yeah.
Especially when I got all these plaques up on the wall. What can you tell me as a fan of music?
Nothing. Well, that's the thing. I don't think it's a fan of music. See, I think people are just a fan of just talking shit. To be real with you.
That's even better. What can you tell me as a fan of talking shit about my music?
You can't because they will try, but at the end of the day, I feel like those are the same people that listen to it all the time. I think people just enjoy to hate. I think people don't want to just admit that something's dope because they're afraid of what people may think of them. Like I think it really goes back to that.
You can't give it credence though, dog. For me, I don't give it credence. You know, the more you acknowledge that shit, the more it breathes air and life into it.
It brings it bigger. Yeah, you're right.
It is stupid. So if it's stupid shit, I call it stupid on sight. It's stupid.
Well, you're right.
You
Like
know,
a DJ, don't ask the DJ. I've seen a lot of DJs that will poll. They would say, "Hey, leave your suggestions in the box." And to be honest with you, those DJs weren't as successful as the ones that just spun it, bro. They were into the one, like DJ Shalimar. I don't know if you know who he is. I see him out here in Brooksville. It's been a long time since I've actually seen a DJ up there doing his thing. And yo, he was jumping from track to track. He was throwing old rap, new rap, country rap, hip hop, uh, R&B. He was throwing it all in there a little bit, and
yeah,
he was just really just letting the crowd move. And if he seen it die down, he would throw something new in there, and he just
yeah,
moved it around, bro. And to me, that's how music should be perceived on a platform like on YouTube. I'll go to work and I'll hit a playlist. Sometimes it won't even be a playlist of somebody I know. I'll start a song and then let it just roll. And what's the
right.
worst that's gonna happen, bro? They're gonna get a play. I might find that's how I found Zach Spade. I don't know if you know who Zach Spade is.
Now I don't.
Vic was screaming, go look up Zach Spade, go find Zach Spade. And I never paid it no attention. I had a lot of other things I was looking for. One day I'm listening, and I'm like, yo, this kid's this is dope. What is this? I was expecting a black dude. I'm gonna be real with you because the way his cadence was, and he was just carrying through, it
Oh,
sounded
you
more
heard him
like
before you saw him?
I heard, yes, exactly. I didn't see him. I'm a welder, so I got my earphones in, my phone's over there in the toolbox, and I'm welding. So as it's playing, I might be on one rail and 13 songs have done played because it's taken me that long to get through the whole thing. And I went back and I'm like, yo, wait a minute. He's got like a video. He's at the Waffle House. That was even more like I felt that. I eat at the Waffle House. I can imagine sitting on top of that sign just rapping in front of the Waffle House, and I can't rap. He really
Right.
played the emotion of I didn't even see the video. I didn't know what he looked like. All I knew is what he sounded like. And then I found out that this dude is more of a crossover country rapper. He is in the rap scene. He's proud to say I'm a rapper, but I also promote with the country rap. He
Right.
just no shame in his game. And a lot of people don't accept him for that. A lot of people shun him from the genre and say, you're a rapper. Same with that Bez Believe guy.
That's, I'm not saying this to you,
Yeah.
but do you know how stupid that sounds? You're not a
It's like a
country rapper.
clubhouse,
You're a
like a
rapper.
clubhouse.
You're not a country rapper. You're just a rapper.
Right.
That man, I hang up in somebody's face saying some shit like that to me. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
To me, that should only be used as the way to find the music. Like I wish that I've already said this and I've heard Vic talk about it, but I wish there was a way to create a pocket of a way to get to that. Because you can put it in the rap area, but it's gonna get what happens is there's so much it's so hard, bro, because you don't want to single something out because you put it in a box, like you said, it just sticks to that one pocket. But if I'm a fan of rap, I should be able to go find a genre of rap that I'm a fan of because every pocket's different. You could look up trap rap, you could look up rap, you could look up hip hop, you could look up R&B, which is essentially R&B is a form of country rap. I mean, let's be real about it.
That's
And then
funny.
when you get a little bit more hip hoppy, you got the trap rap, but in a country lifestyle. And then you have the mainstream. Then you have the mainstream country rap, which is mainstream rap. And that's how I look at it. And that's kind of how I find my pocket of music. I don't really relate to riding tractors and running through the cornfields and surfing whiskey. Like I don't really relate to what Colt Ford talks about. I think that's who it is.
You know what you should do? Because I would like to know, and I would like for the people. Um, do you get a lot of these people who aren't happy with certain people doing country rap? Not do
I
do a
see
lot of
it
them
all
watch?
over. I spend a
Okay,
lot of time through YouTube and I see it all over. I see people that are really for what you've done. I myself, like I told you before, I wasn't a fan of Bubba Sparks when I was a fan of rap, but now I respect what Bubba Sparks did. Hell, I thought Breadwin was throwing a shot at him in the song White Boy. I just mistaken the word Bubba. And it's so funny because the song White Boy is talking about it not being okay for me to be a white boy and a rapper. It's I've changed because now I like to be cool or not cool, but not do illegal shit and support my family with whatever I want to support my family. Like the meaning behind the song, I went and did it. I assumed Bubba was, but that was my interpretation of what he was saying.
I want you to. What I would like
Yeah.
is for a poll,
Mm-hmm.
and because you just said it's subjective
Right.
as far as what a country rapper is. I'd like for the fans of country rap to make a definition of what a country rapper is.
Hey, I'll ask. We got 24 people in here. Let's see if
What
anybody.
is a country rapper?
Yeah, and if I mean, I'll post them up on there. I don't. I agree with you. I'll say this: there is some people that I feel like there's some situations where it's overused. I think that that's a
I do too.
where you continuously put that this is what it is, and you're a country rapper. I'm a country rapper, country rap, and country rap and rap. That's where I feel like for me, I lose it. I'm like, you're not a country rapper. You're just trying to say you're a country rapper. I don't even listen. There's a few artists that I have that with, but
I told Vic when I first started fucking with it, I didn't think, you know, that the country rap. Well, I didn't like the name of it per se because I felt like it was a separation.
man,
It was just what you're explaining.
yeah,
Like, you know, it's almost like some Democrat Republican shit. You know what I mean? So aren't we all American at the end of the day?
huh,
I think we are. So
yeah,
if I'm a Republican and you're a Democrat, that mean I can't fuck with you? If we're all American?
hmm, yeah. No, I at the end of the day, bro, I think it goes back to that protection feel. It's protection. British Bulldog he's not even from America. He said I grew up on Biggie Smalls, Easy, Master P, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm big country rap. To me, that's why you like country rap. I mean, Master P was my my
Country.
nick. Yeah, my
He's
nickname
from
is Cap.
Louisiana.
My nickname is Captain Kurt. I used to love Captain Morgan, and my theme song was Captain Kirk. Can you say he says Kirk, but I always rode out in my Malibu with my system on. Captain Kirk, can you save me? Captain Kirk, dude, that song was trash at the end of the day. If you go back and listen to it now, I'm like, what was I listening to? He's got a lot of better songs that I didn't look at like I look at now, man. It's hard to go back and listen to some of that old rap. You'll be like, man, I love this, bro. I need to get back into this.
So there's still, you put up 2 comments and nobody still said what country rap is.
Nobody. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't, I think it's something that, like I said, bro, I think it's a shield. I think I'll be real with you. How many black country rappers do you know?
Well, one, I don't think he even identifies as a country rapper. That's Blanco Brown.
Right. You got a second chance.
That I know Kenny Wayne, which you never
Yeah.
heard of.
Billy the Kid. I think you know who that is, right?
Yeah,
He was at,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro,
So let me ask you this. I'll ask an obvious question. Is it a black white thing?
that's what I'm getting at. This is
is
what
it,
I'm gonna say.
let's just put it out there. Is
uh,
it a race thing?
I think what happens is I think a lot of people get shunned from rapping. And I think this is a shelter. This is a safe haven that they ain't gonna have to worry about what they think they might have to worry about. In all reality, they really don't have nothing to worry about. Like I see a lot of people think that it is a black white thing, and white people shouldn't be rapping in the black community. That's why what I'm saying is with when you're inserting yourself into this, you're separating that divide. And I don't know if people accept that for what it is or if they don't understand it. I'm with you. I
But
don't
it's
know.
ignorant.
It
So that's what's
is.
dope about this interview now. Uh, I have no problem with sitting in front of an ignorant person and explaining what they don't understand.
Right.
And that whole conversation is out of ignorance, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
cannot have a subgenre of hip hop or
Yeah.
rap and say anything to somebody who comes from rap.
You're right.
I don't give a damn if Future wanted to come over here and make a country rap song. Now,
Yeah.
if Future tried to go make country music, then that's something I could see where the argument would come.
I
But
think it's fear. I think it's fear.
but that's why I'm asking you: is it a black and white thing? That's a real conversation right there.
It is. I
That's
think
a
it's a.
real conversation.
Oh, look at Guala P. I don't know if you're familiar with Guala P. Guala P is a rapping. I mean, Guala P is a rapper, right? He
What's up,
identifies.
Waller?
He identifies as a country white boy. he is very open to say he has no he don't I don't farm. I'm a thuggish, ruggish white boy that grew up in the country, and I'm gonna
Right.
rap what I grew up
That
in.
you just described every damn rapper from the country, black or
That's
white.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I really don't know. I think it really goes
So
back to a fear.
from this conversation, it's a black and white thing. Just based off what we've said tonight.
Yes. I
It's a
could
black white thing, which is ludicrous.
it is. It is. I think that it stems across I don't know if it's necessarily that it's a black and white thing. I think people are afraid to separate themselves from what they believe. I don't know if it's a black and white thing. I think a lot of
Well,
people are afraid.
that's the question I'm asking because nothing
Yeah,
else.
it's a hard.
Not the premise of anything else makes no sense. The premise of anything else makes no sense if
No,
you're arguing why anybody from rap could come over and do country rap.
yeah, it's fear. That goes back to fear. I think that there's a lot of dope artists that could expand into a main, like not a mainstream hip hop scene, but outside of just listening to it at the mud parks. Ski Mask Cowboy, shout out to him. I'm proud of him for pushing himself out in front of Afro Man's fans. Afro Man's fans are the old school hip hop heads. They see this white boy coming out here in the sticks. They don't know what that is, but it's becoming relatable because of what he's stepped out of his comfort zone. There's a lot of people that go out in the sticks that are black that aren't country. That's where it comes back to. There's
Right.
people that are country that ain't ever rode a four-wheeler. They don't even have the money to buy a four-wheeler, and they're worried about buying livestock or feeding their family. Like it, I think it really goes back to fear, man. I think people are afraid of somebody being better than them or somebody looking at them like they're better than them. Image. I think it's image. I really do.
So I go back to like the trap music, right? Because that's a good one actually.
Yeah. I don't
It's,
think the
it's
genre, I don't think hold on, let me make this clear. I don't think the genre is separated black and white. I think what happens is people tend to close off their ears to what may be perceived as black people music. That's what I think happens. I think a lot of
repeat
people
that. Repeat that.
I think people close off of their music, like they don't want to listen to it because they immediately perceive it as black people music. They think country rap has to have a country aspect to it. It doesn't matter what the sound is, it only matters what they're saying in sense. So if it sounds like booty shaking music, but they're speaking facts in the lyrics, how can you identify that as any race or any type of sound?
Well, that's why I need a clear definition of country rap. I just need
Yeah.
a clear definition of what country rap is. That way, I would understand why they would say this person versus that person belongs.
I
I
don't
need a
think there should
clear
be.
definition of what country rap is.
I mean, I don't. You won't get that from me because for
We
me,
should do a poll. That's a poll.
I will. I'll do a community post when we get off here, and
Yeah,
I'll put a
yeah.
community post up, and I'll say, I don't know how to word that. Like, what is country rap? You can't. I guess the
Don't
comments could.
complicate it. By
Yeah,
definition, what defines country rap?
yeah,
Don't put nothing around the question,
yeah. You're
so
right.
people can't read nothing into it.
Yeah.
Just as by definition, what define country rap
See, I
or
think
country rapper?
what's kind of disappointing though. Like, I got a lot of support for Ryan Upchurch. I love what he's done with the genre. I think he's taken over country rap, but I wish people would understand what he's doing and see that he has reached. Like, go to. I don't know if you've never been. I've been to two of his shows, and I'm going to tell you that I've been to rap concerts. I've been to rock concerts. When you go to a rock concert, everybody looks the same. They all look like rockers. I actually stood out because they were like, "Yo, what is this dude doing in here?" Where they're all in
Mm-hmm.
black. It was really hard to fit in. When I've
Mm-hmm.
gone to hip hop concerts, I've been to Wild Splash. Everybody's got bathing suits on. We're all hip hop heads. We're all vibing in the moment. Bro, I've been to an Upchurch 2 concert. I went to Chase Matthews and they're all young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was hard to fit in. Upchurch concert, bro, you got every walk of life. You got old, young, black, white, Mexican,
That's beautiful.
English, Polish. Yes, it was like, yo, I'm home. This is awesome. I wish that everybody would get. Big Murph does it. That's why I know Big Murph would be a type of person to jump on into twerking at the hoedown. He'll sing. He's got a song about to drop tomorrow. That's him singing, getting into his emotions. He's got turn up music. He'll sing like a Rastafarian.
Well,
Yo,
it's
be
funny because he
you.
sings at the end of his verse on Twerking at the Hold Down. And when he said it, I was like, I didn't know who he was, but I thought that was very creative. And it's a high pitch too.
Yeah.
He went high with it.
Yeah.
So
And he'll try it. If he'll try it and it runs, he'll do it. And I feel
right.
like if you enjoy something and you're an artist, like you said, at the end of the day, you're going to do it regardless of what other people think. And that's the ones I ride with. That's why I support Ryan Upchurch to the end, and I support everybody over there at Trailer Made Records, because I love what Sin does. I love that Sin. I don't know if you've ever heard Sin Sticks and Joe, bro.
I'm
Sin
still
is an
learning, man.
bro. I forgot all about Sin because Sin's a black rapper, bro, and Sin be doing his thing, dude. It doesn't matter. Like it shouldn't matter. I hate to even say it like that, but we asked black rappers in the genre, and I forgot Sin. But yo, when I heard Sin, I didn't know what he was. I didn't know it was just a rapper to me, bro. I didn't know he was even country rap. He made the Country Rap Report beat. That's how I found him.
Right.
Imagine that.
Bro.
How,
Okay, let's move past it because we can
yeah,
talk about this shit all night.
all night. Yeah, we could. But no, for real. So we got this next track dropping, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. What time is it? This ain't a video, right?
Well, I am gonna drop the video at midnight. I have it's not an official type video. I just thought the visual of it should get the point. I didn't want to shoot a video in the sense that we shot the Twerking at the Hold Down video.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a visual that spoke to the lyrics of the record, and that's what we did. And that drops it at midnight. And it's actually quite funny.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I seen you did it. I was watching. You did a what was the remix that you did? You did a video at a strip club, I think it was, and it was just you and a bunch of girls shaking their ass on the pole. And one did the
Oh,
split.
Body Like a Back Row.
Yeah, yeah. That hey, I didn't know nothing about that. I was looking through today at work, and I was like, I showed my wife. I'm like, yo, check this out. I say, you know
That
what this
remix
is?
was huge. When I did that remix, because I didn't put any rappers or anything on it, I just put a beat. That was man, you don't know, DJs around the world played that remix because I mixed the Collipark sound with a song that they already love, and that's all I'm doing with these remixes with these rappers.
You know,
But
and
for a DJ to play a version of a song that's different from the original version,
yeah.
it's kind of hard to do that in a club. But I didn't do it for the club. I did it for the internet though.
Yeah, it was rough to. That's what I'm saying. I see what you mean by it's really not a club movement of what you're doing. It's more of an exposure to the music. Like,
there you go.
yeah, because as a DJ, you're not even playing that whole song. You might sample a little bit of it in and out of it into something else.
Yeah, but the U-Proof joint was dope though. I thought
Yeah,
the U-Proof was dope.
I didn't expect that when I heard who was on it, and I was like, yo, this is gonna be different. You know what I mean? You got to look at it for what it is. It's something that the original song, you're like, man, what's he gonna do with that? Because that thing was its own banger.
Yeah.
But I actually like the U-Proof.
I'm a DJ now, so you know.
I actually like it better. I think it vibes more for the See, I'm a person that plays on the emotions with my music though. Sometimes I might be sad, sometimes I might be mad. So I'm gonna listen to what carries me through my day.
Right.
So I'm excited to hear this next one because it's good to have fun with music. I think that's something that's a lost art is just having the fun with it and getting out there and just acting a fool. You know, that's what I grew up on. You know what I mean? The Nucks if you buck. I
so
don't.
this next record, Favorite Jeans, it's like I say, I was gonna go. I got another song that I had done. We mixed it, mastered it, everything, man. It was ready to go. Got Sean Paul from the Young Bloods on it. Simple Man is on this one too.
Yeah.
Vic, who else is on this record? Jack is on this one too. Dirty is on this one.
No, Dirty. See, Dirty's the truth. Dirty is. I got to.
Bone Crusher is on it as well.
No way.
Yeah, so it's a big record. But I said, let me stop. Let me come back off the big record.
Yeah.
Shit. And just make a song, right? Because I just felt like Twerking at the Hold Down was just the first song I had done.
Right.
So that's why we went ahead and put that out. But I want to do a record outside of the club mentality. I want to put that out next. and we'll see how it does, man. But I love this record, man.
That's okay to do though. Like I like that you're definitely somebody that's open to trying different things. Cause I didn't when Vic started bringing up, well, Mr. Collipark might be getting on some project. I'm like, really? And no disrespect when I say that, but just seeing what you've done with the Yin Yang Twins, and to my opinion, the Yin Yang Twins are back to that same. We'll say that country rap. What they done and what they shown the rags to riches story just through who they were. They've never changed, man. They still look the same in Twerking of the Hoedown as they did in Salt Shaker, just
Right,
older.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
they showed a lifestyle of a commitment of a growth. Like I'm sure those dudes weren't born into money. Like
right.
at the end of the day, it comes back to knowing the roots of really what you're investing your knowledge into. If you're trying to speak on what country rap is as a whole, go back to the nappy roots. Go back to that. You know what I mean? So shout out to them. I and shout out to you because for you to get out of your comfort zone and to come into something that you weren't familiar with, you don't know many artists in the genre, and focus on a genre that and in my
Shouts
eyes
out
that
to Vic, man. I gotta
yeah,
give Vic because he's held my hand through this whole shit, man.
Vic really
So
believes in this.
right, without him, first of all, I would have never did shit. But I don't look at it as a stretch, bro. I look at it as a throwback. I feel like got in the time machine and went back to a time when people actually cared about the art of rap.
Mm,
Fuck country rap. Rap.
right.
The art form of being a dope artist. I just feel like without the materialistic shit. That's
Was
what I
it
feel like the artists over here in country rap, they just don't, man. And I love that.
Yeah, and I didn't think of it like that. You as a DJ at heart and a producer, like it's got to get old of trying to produce music that you don't appreciate. Artists that really ain't rapping, they're just
I
yeah,
can't relate.
yeah. I didn't think of it
Relate.
like that. So you as somebody that has been producing music your entire career that enjoys it as music for what it is, this is exciting to you. This is like, yo, I'm in a pocket with some people that can rap, that appreciate rap for what it is and hip hop for what it really is. Yo,
Right.
that's honorable because there ain't many people that have the ability to see that. And that's what's up, man.
Yeah, and we just having fun, man. At the end of the day, it's me having fun. See, I
Yeah.
don't take it as serious as the people who might have a problem with me, doing country rap. I don't take it that serious. It's not that serious because it's art. And anybody
Mm,
who's sitting back, you have a right to not like what you don't like. That's fine. I don't
right.
have a problem with it's a lot of shit that I don't like. But I'm not gonna sit back and get mad at a motherfucker for doing music.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do you hear how stupid that sounds?
Yeah, I
What
do.
the fuck he doing over here doing this kind of music versus that type of music? If I go to a all country rap show, are they gonna play anything produced by Mr. Collipark?
Hmm.
Are they gonna
I
play Miss New Booty? Are they gonna play? I'm talking about if a DJ
You
is
might get
spinning.
lucky with a Bubba Sparks song. You might get lucky right there. That might be your light and shine. I mean, maybe Salt Shaker because yeah, it's just that's a universal hit. I
But
mean,
the fact that there's even a possibility of that,
yeah,
how you gonna get mad at Mr. Collipark? Come over here.
no,
You already fucking with me.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I
You
never looked
you
at it like that.
you already fucking with me. And even if you're not playing it, you grew up to it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Your
saying. Even if you're a
experience,
fan
your
to it, yeah,
experience, your whole rap experience. I'm a part of the foundation of it. So even if you don't like it, you can say, "Ah, man, Collipark ain't too good at this shit. He might need to stay. He might need to stay over there doing that shit." That's fine.
fear. That's fear.
That's fine. But you can't come and get mad at
Yeah.
Collipark for coming over here and doing any kind of rap.
No, British Bulldog. Hold on. Let me make something clear too. I don't want anybody to think this is directed at anybody in the chat. We're not saying anybody in the chat says that. There is if you understand it for what it is and you see like I think the problem is I was a fan once and I was only a fan. I wasn't a content creator. So as when you're a fan, you see it a little bit differently than you do when you come in and you're actually investing your time into looking at these different artists and you're seeing the different comments and you're seeing how things move and you're seeing the opinions from different artists on what a genre is and nobody truly knows and that's okay. They're just doing it for the music. The fans, on the other hand, I see a lot of hate that comes your way for the twerking at the hoedown. I see a lot of hate that comes at Big Murph. I see a lot of hate that comes at Up Church. I see a lot of hate that comes at Jack Gaspard, and that's going to come regardless. That you're
Yeah.
never going to stop that. But the more I think we understand it collectively, I think these are important. Because even if somebody takes it offensively, thinking that me and you are trying to say that the whole group thinks it's black and white or they don't want you around is asinine. It goes back to the
No, that was a question. That
yeah,
wasn't
right.
we didn't say that. We were
But
asking
people will
we were
take
posing
that
the
from
question.
that, and people will take that from it, and it's the same ignorance that they take from you trying to expand your artistic capability into a genre that you appreciate as a fan first. That I think that's where people lose touch of what an artist is. An artist has to be a fan of what's going on in order to support the art, if that makes sense. So how can somebody expect you to come over here and just be eating for free if you don't really truly appreciate what it is? You wouldn't spend the time. It's that's
So they look at it like I'm coming over here trying to rape, like get
well, no,
free
I don't know. I
meal,
don't.
like I'm kicking in the door or something.
Well, I just see the comments. I've seen people say, "Oh, it's not about all this booty shaking and acting a fool. This ain't really what it's about. This is
So
crazy."
that's why I asked the question, what is
What
it?
is it about? Right. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. I don't I can't answer that. That's what I'm saying.
So if you
Discussions
tell
like
me
this are
no
important.
country rapper that's legitimately accepted as a country rapper has never had a booty shake song, never made a song about girls dancing,
Oh, I
never.
can't say that. I can't
But
say
but
that
but
at all.
but that's what I'm saying. So if somebody comes and say it's not about that, and you say, well, they're right because
Right.
there's not one country rap song about twerking or dancing. Now I'd be like, okay, well I fucked up on that one then. I couldn't say shit. I wouldn't have no argument.
Right. I couldn't say that. And I think it has I used to be able to say that. See, this is the thing. Ignorance falls into that. I really believe that when I got out of listening to rap, core rap, whatever you want to call it, trap rap, whatever you want to, not country artists, not country rappers, not artists within this genre. When I came into here, who you think I fell into? I noticed a couple other people, but it was Upchurch. So I seen what Upchurch was moving. I seen how he was moving. I didn't really see any other artists. I found Adam Calhoun. I didn't understand the genre. So
Mm,
5 years ago, I could say, yeah, I've never seen a booty shake. Upchurch never made no booty shaking video. Adam Calhoun's never made no boot, but I didn't understand the Jack Gaspars, the Big Murphs. Not saying Jack's got booty shaking videos, but I could see Jack's creative. He don't care. He's making them. It's a different image, man. When you truly understand what it is, you realize that it's just rap. I've said it before. It is rap. At the end of the day, it's rap, and each
yeah.
person's gonna have their own opinion on what is rap to them.
Nobody can check me about anything with the word rap in it. I'm sorry.
Mm,
So for anybody looking at this, I'm big on intent. And
mm.
if anybody was looking at this and felt like I had an ill intent toward anything I've said, it's just ignorant. But I say this with my chest out. There's nobody that can question anything about me being involved with anything, any genre, any subgenre, or anything with the word rap in it.
Hey, I got a lot of respect for you, and I'll say this: if anybody doesn't realize that you've allowed yourself to go out of your comfort zone, and you're doing music that probably a lot of people that you ride with or that ride with you might laugh at you for it. And I don't mean no
But I
disrespect that
really,
way, but
that's
you
the
don't
funny
care.
part. I'm really not out of my comfort zone. I'm really
No, I
not.
don't
That's
mean
the
it
funny
like that.
part.
But how many people do you ride with that DJ with you that are remixing Big Murph and Jack Gaspar music?
You know what? But I'm accepted. I'm accepted for trying different shit though. So I get a
Right.
pass to a certain degree
Yeah, you're right.
because
Okay.
if you don't try different shit, you're never gonna get different results. So what I'm saying is, if I listen to people, I don't have none of this shit on my wall.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I
Yeah,
don't
you're,
have
you're
none of
my
this.
dog. Yeah.
I don't have none of this on my wall
By listening to somebody else.
by listening to anybody else. So you can't if you don't have this shit, and this is all rap, most of it anyway.
But that's why I say I got mad respect for you because there ain't many people that are gonna say, hey, look, I'm going over here and supporting these guys. That on Vic's word, shout out to Vic, man. It really goes back to that, man. Loyalty of that right there shows a lot, man. Your loyalty to Vic and the friendship y'all got to trust this
Oh man,
man.
it's my dog.
That's awesome, man. That we need that. Yeah, flex it. BMI, look at that. Mr.
So
Collipark.
I'm saying, what is that?
Legends of ATL.
Woo. Let me come back in here.
You know how to make music. I mean, in successful music at that. And that's
Hold on.
yeah, that's dope.
That's BMI. What is that?
I can't see that one.
Producer award.
Woo.
What's that? Another producer award. So I'm just saying, and I'm not doing this to show off in a bad way. I'm just saying,
no,
I have earned the right for somebody to
believe in you,
or not to be questioned by anybody who
the
wants
motive.
to question my position with anything rap related. I don't care what come before the word rap.
Yeah, I think the motive is what I see. I see what you're saying. Like your motive is to come over here and make something that's going to go. It's going to make another one of those on the wall.
It's just to do music. It's not that deep. See, this was so funny to me. It's not that deep.
Right.
I'm just making some music.
Yeah.
So if you sit and watch a remix that I did, matter of fact, if you saw the U-Proof lyric video that I put up, I shot that shit when I was in Bora Bora.
I know, I love that. And Civil Man said, y'all, you could have flew me to the video shoot.
Right. So, man, I'm on vacation celebrating.
Where is Bora Bora? What is that? Is that an island? Bora Bora?
Yeah.
Is that an island? What is that?
Tahiti? You ever heard of Tahiti?
So kind of.
It's past. You got to fly 5 hours past Hawaii.
What?
Yeah.
So you flew. So it's like 12 hours from Florida to Hawaii, right? Then you flew.
So what you do? You fly to California. You fly to LA or San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Then you fly from LA to Tahiti.
How big is that place?
My bad. It's 5 hours. It's 5 hours past. I mean 5 hours from LA to Tahiti.
Okay.
And then you catch another plane from Tahiti to the island of Bora Bora.
And how big is Bora Bora? Little.
It's not very big. It's heaven on earth. It's one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to in my life. You saw it on the video.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking they don't get hit with hurricanes. They don't have no natural disasters around that place.
I don't know.
You didn't stay long enough to find out. Yeah.
It is incredible. I went for my birthday. That was the second time I went. But that's how serious I'm taking it. I shot a video while I was
you're on vacation.
Right.
Yeah, that was a dope little video too.
How you gonna get on the iPhone? I was testing out the iPhone that I still don't use.
Yeah,
so come on, man. You can't get
you were celebrating, man. I like that's what I'm saying. Shout out to Florida Dolph. I love his energy. I like that. I like that you come in here and not saying you come in here like that. I just mean that the energy that you bring is contagious, bro. Like it's you would be stupid to say it's not. I mean, look at the songs that you've been a part of and look at the movement that it's created. I mean, you got people all over the world that when you say shake your salt shaker, they know where that came from. They know what that originated from. They could be in another country.
And we started from nothing, man. And I've been criticized my whole time. So
keep doing it.
It's nothing new, but even back then, though, I knew something. I always knew something that other people didn't know. Like even with the Yin Yang Twins, that shit wasn't accepted. But I was making music for women, not dudes.
Bro, check this out. I'm gonna make you think about this one. You know the song "My Neck's Too Red" from Upchurch? My neck's too red. They said that my dreams were dead end. They said people like me don't trend. Said my slang won't ever get there. They said my neck was too red. That's a universal song. That's for you, bro. That's what you're talking about. They say your neck's too red. You can't be over here doing this, Mr. Collipark. What are you doing? Get back in your lane. You said, skirt. I'm in this lane. I'm doing my thing. My neck ain't too red. leave me alone, bro. And that's what this shit's about to me. I think that anybody that has the ability to rap should be able to get up and rap and call themselves whatever the hell they want to call themselves. And at the end of the day, if anybody's got anything to say about it, my next two read, keep riding. That's how.
That's a great closeout. That's
I'm
a great
telling
closeout
you.
right there. Drop the mic.
Yeah. I appreciate this, dude. I really do, because I feel that it helped me understand my own stance. I already knew the shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
We've
We've been doing this shit too long, man. To some shit is warranted, and I'm not to the point where I don't listen. I don't want to come across like that.
Yeah.
But I just don't listen to stupid shit.
No, I hear that.
You know what I mean? If you come in, a 12-year-old can come in here and say some profound shit, and I'll sit here with my mouth wide open, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But a 40-year-old grown motherfucker telling me some shit about rap.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that, man. I love that about you. Hey, and that's what the cool thing is. You got songs like My Favorite Jeans. I mean, look, I like new music. I like seeing different stuff. So stuff like this excites me, man. It's a different lane of music to listen to. It might be something that I really enjoy. It ain't a different lane, but it's something new.
Right. It's something, right. Just the beautiful thing about, and this is what I used to tell people, even when we used to catch flack, like when I put Soulja Boy out, right?
Yeah.
It's so many alternatives for you to go listen to. If you don't like what we're doing, just go listen to something else.
I forgot all about that. You got ties with Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
I didn't even
I'm the guy who signed Soulja Boy.
No way, man. Who sang? You remember? I got a question for you. Who was it? DJ Unk? Do you remember what was the song DJ Unk sang about his man? I can't remember the one that was big. I've been trying to remember what song it was. Soulja Boy, tell him. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't even got all his shit certified yet. So when I'm gonna need a new wall when I get all his shit certified.
Oh, that's cool. See that?
All that shit is Collipark, man. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I would go in that room all the time and just stand there. I bet you
all that shit is Collipark, so you can't come at me with that sideways shit.
That's dope, man. Shout out to you, man, because you know what? At the end of the day, you're making your own legacy. You are creating your own dynasty. Your name is going to be forever etched in rap, and if nobody likes it, like you said, find something else to listen to. There's a lot of other DJs and other producers.
Even fuck you. It's not even fuck you.
Right. I respect it. I love the criticism and the hatred, because not everybody's supposed to like you. If everybody likes you, you got a lot of fake.
Right. You ain't doing something right if people ain't hating on you, man. But here's the thing. I got more people who love me than hate me.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me going. That's what gives me the strength to not give a fuck about the people who don't like me.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because I got way more people who love what I do.
Vic taught me that, man.
Huh?
Vic taught me that, bro. Like, for real, I got to a point with this YouTube stuff that I didn't think I wanted to do it anymore. And Vic's like, Kurt, what do you mean? You're letting other people change your opinion? That the couple haters that you got tons of fans that ain't saying nothing to you because they're just letting you be you, letting you make your videos, right? You're going to stop doing what you're doing because you got 3 people that don't like what you're doing. What is that? I'm like, yo, you're right, dude. Why am I worried about the 3 people that might not like me, even 500 people, even 1,000 people? If 3 people like what I'm doing and I enjoy it, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, what gives them the right to influence what you do? What have they accomplished? What have they done? If you ask the average motherfucker who hating on you, what have you done that gives you the right?
No, I say it all the time. I have no clue what's right and wrong. At the end of the day, bro, I don't know what's right and wrong for you. I know what's right for me and what's wrong for me, and I can't judge anybody else on what the hell they're doing. I can't.
People confuse. We don't have to like each other.
No,
we don't have to like each
other.
We're
not built to like each other.
We can have opinions about each other's art. We can have opinions about each other, but that does not give me the right to hate you or to tell you what you should or should not be doing.
Right.
What gives you the right to tell me what I should or shouldn't? What's your authority?
Entitlement. It's entitlement. I guess.
If you tell me your authority, if you say, look, if a policeman pulls me over and
Yeah.
say, look,
I
you're
need
not
your
supposed to
badge.
be going, you're not supposed to be going X amount of speed. I gotta listen to that shit. Cause he's a police and I'm going over the speed limit. Okay, that makes sense. But if a motherfucker in a car like mine pull me over and tell me the same shit, I'm like, man, if you don't get the fuck out my face, you're a civilian.
Hmm.
Same science.
Same
So
principle. Yeah.
you
You're right.
cannot like me without telling me what I should or
Yeah.
should not be doing.
Hey, and I'd be
Let's keep it
willing to
moving.
bet. I'd be willing to bet that at the end of the day, though, that people. You say that, but I believe that if you're working with somebody on a track and they come to you and say, "Yo, what you're doing right here is shit," I think that that's a creative aspect of a different perspective. Like you can relate to somebody's working with you, giving you a criticism on something y'all are doing together. But if you're gonna come at you with no prior knowledge and no experience on what Mr. Collipark is and is doing, don't try to tell me what I'm doing. Like I get
Right.
it. Like if Jack come to you and say, "Don't put that on there. That's the worst. Let me redo that." I don't see you being like, this is my creative content. I'm doing what I want. I see it more of a, all right, Jack, let me work on that a little bit. You record it, we'll play with it. And that,
And even with working with these artists, it's funny that you say that. Even with the way we passing files back and forth, it's a learning process. That's what makes it, part of what makes it fun for me.
right.
Because even the way I'm putting these records together, I've never done this before with like
Out of
four
state.
people, 5 people on a record, and they all recorded them at different studios, and it's just a whole bunch. Then I got Billy playing guitar all over the tracks, and I got 20 tracks of shit that I put on there. Like it's a whole thing, man.
Huh. And did you see Coca? Coca did the Country Rap Symphony. All those were done at different studios, different videos, all pieced together by Paw Paw Fresh. I don't know if you know that.
I gotta sit down with Vic and let him educate me on half the shit that you saying on here.
There's a lot,
Because
man.
I'm ignorant, and I tell my kids that ignorant isn't a bad word.
Paw Paw Fresh is like one of the he's like a Memphis rap, in my opinion, like one of the legends. Like if you're
He's a
looking at it,
funny dude, man. I love listening to him talk.
yeah. Yeah. And a lot of people, it's cool to see this different. That to me, bro, that's the family aspect of it. Like, shout out to Vic because what Vic has built with me is an understanding that being real with you, bro, you can't put anything in a box nowadays. I would have never pegged Vic to be a true supporter of country rap. This man listens to country rap in his car. This man listens to country rap everywhere he goes. Going from what he went from with being in a true hip hop community and living in Atlanta, right, in Georgia, and knowing what I know with the Gucci's and the Plies and the Jeezys and knowing Vic, I could see Vic shooting dice and being out on the I could see a different image of him because I've lived that life. So to see Vic do what he does, it makes me smile, man. I love it. I love him get hype on his music streams. I love it. Look at that, Jeezy. I see him, Snowman. I see Vic out there acting a fool. That's what I grew up to, man. Jeezy. I'll never forget the first. Look at that. Ooh, bro,
But I'm saying
first,
I produced on both of them records. So you can't come to me and tell me about real versus fake shit.
Yeah.
Or what's accepted versus what's not accepted. I done did all this shit.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were part of the Jeezy camp.
You can't put me in a box. I've done it all from the trap shit to the booty shake shit. I worked with Luke, Pitbull, Daddy Yankee.
Daddy Yankee.
I mean, Jamie Foxx, fucking,
Ain't Daddy Yankee the Spanish dude?
Yeah.
You could understand Spanish?
No, and it's funny because when we was in the studio, he spoke.
No.
He would put words out there that you'd be like, okay,
yeah.
But he wouldn't put whole sentences together. But he was so cool.
It was so like cool. Broken English. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Pitbull was my guy though. Pitbull was my guy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
how do you mix something like that though? How do you produce? You just gotta go and hope.
Daddy Yankee was hard. Pitbull was easy because he's from Florida.
Right.
So I was born in Orlando.
Okay.
So
okay.
I mean, Pitt creatively, Pitt was right there with Yin Yang with me.
Oh, okay. So it was like, it was no different. But I could imagine, dude, Daddy Yankee
Yeah,
could sneak in whatever he wanted in them things. He had no idea what he was saying.
I found the record that I did for him because I forgot. I gotta wait a minute. Do I hold on?
Dude, Daddy
I
Yankee's making some noise.
I
My
couldn't even remember the track that I did for this album.
man, that's crazy. Your catalog is deep. I would have
Yeah,
never guessed that. Trick Daddy. This one, yo, that's insane. Who's the top one up there? Nappy Roots. That's one, bro. No way.
yeah.
That's nuts. Have you ever heard of Little Payday? I heard Vic said he was gonna put Little Payday on a beat. Little Payday's gonna have
No,
one of those.
we still getting around the people that we want to work with.
Little Payday's 13 years old, bro, and I'm telling you, when you hear him, you're gonna be like, "No way, that little kid's 13." He did a track with Paw
The
Paw
only
for us.
bad thing is, dealing with kids that are under the age of
Yeah, I bet.
18, dealing with parents and all that shit, man, it's a fucking headache, bro.
I bet.
And it makes sense when you got Soldier Boy, but if you ain't working with that kind of shit,
Yeah.
it's a fucking headache, bro.
Yeah,
Hurricane was
crazy.
under 18 when I signed him,
Hurricane
and
Chris.
Soldier was underage. So
Whatever happened to Hurricane Chris? Ain't that who that was? It was Hurricane
Yeah,
Chris, right?
yeah. He we stopped working right around for some business reasons. We stopped working right around the time that I signed Soldier Boy. But we still talk.
Which one's a chef now? I remember somebody is a chef. I can't remember who it is. Somebody was a rapper, and they were rapping real. They made a couple club bangers, and then they became a chef. I can't remember who it was.
You got me.
There's a lot, man. That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, I just remember the club hits. I was so pumped when Vic said Mr. Collipark was coming to into within this community. I'm like, man, this is gonna be so cool, bro. We're gonna get.
But at the end of the day, I just want to work with people, and I hope that they embrace me because I really want to learn. So it's funny. Well, from what I see, it's not the actual artists that I know of that have said anything like that. So I hope that the artists embrace and we can create something new.
Right.
Because to me, that's what the magic is. It's not me coming over here and you looking at me like I'm trying to kick in the door and fuck your wife. That's not my intent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to work and create something new.
Oh, I'm excited, dog. Like I've already thought about different. Like I could imagine Yin Yang Twins and Ski Mask Cowboy with like maybe see that's the art of it. I could really understand when I was making those mixtapes. I really understood, even though it wasn't my music. It was fun to try to understand how the track, the playlist was going to run, what artists you were going to put where. Were you going to put a lot of energy in the front side of the playlist, or you're going to save it and build it? Like it was fun just to. And I don't know anything about music. I'm doing that as a fan, so I can imagine as a producer with the option to say, "I want you, this beat, that," and working together. That's got to be fun.
What's crazy? I told Billy, the last couple of sessions I did with Billy, was over Zoom, and because he stays up in the fucking mountains, like it's a far drive for me. So, but what I told Billy, I'm gonna come to him, and we're gonna lock in for a week, from a creative aspect instead of me just doing tracks here and there. I want to lock in like old school back in the day, like when artists used to or producers used to just lock in and don't leave the studio.
Right.
And so Billy and I are going to do that so I can get into a creative space to where I come with something that right now I'm not capable of doing.
Oh, you're talking basically you want to live in a studio essentially for a few days
with Billy
and just listen to music and
some of his other even like the kid who played the banjo on the Twerking at the Hoedown. Billy got a bunch of musicians that he works with that I want just coming through the studio, and we just create and make something that has not been made. That's my goal. Whenever I do music, at the end of the day, it's cool that I have a sound that's affiliated with Yin Yang, and all that stuff. But the possibility of what can come next that has not been done, that's what I'm looking for.
And that's the first thing when I heard, that's the first thing I thought of is you said it right in the very beginning. You told me that if you want to be a subgenre of rap, we'll call it Southern rap for that. I'll say that because I feel like it
Trailer
hasn't
Made checking
expanded.
in. I ain't mean to cut you off, but Trailer Made checking in.
Oh yeah,
What up?
shout out to Chief. I've had these conversations with Chief. One of the first little bits of conversation I ever had with the man is I feel that everybody closes it off and they're afraid to experience new things.
Yeah.
But you said it best, bro. When you said rappers right now are afraid to do rapper things like that, this is a part of rap. Bringing in that different sound, coming mixing it, moving different artists around. That is what rap is because you don't know. I don't know who Chief Trailer Made is. I don't know who Hard Target is. I don't know who Simple Man is if I don't allow myself to listen to something different.
Right.
And
And hopefully I'm a and not only it's not even just me getting these guys on my records. I'm gonna be doing tracks, for other artists that they can put out
yeah,
on their own
no,
and
it's a
people.
lie. It's just the name. Look, people like to see things familiar. You're familiar to rap. So when you see you, you know what you're coming in you're doing. You shake it up. You already know. You didn't make the bangers that you made just sitting back. Like you said, you did it because it's what you wanted to do. So if you follow suit of what you've done, there's no way anybody could look at it and say what he's coming here is doing is malicious and it's wrong.
Right.
It's you're coming here to do what you've done your entire career, and that's make good music.
And if I sat here and told you, um, and I got to wrap it up, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
say
get it.
this:
Yeah,
if anybody, if I sat here and told you that I knew I was gonna get the results that I got for any of those plaques on my wall, it'd be a fucking lie.
right.
Because we were just in the studio creating music,
That's probably the
and
ones you didn't
and,
expect.
and when the people heard it, they made it into that.
Right.
And so that's the beautiful thing about what we're doing. That's why I get worked up when I hear anybody criticizing to the point of anything past the fact that I don't really like that song. I don't like Collipark. That shit trash.
Yeah,
You can
but you,
call it
yeah,
trash, but
yeah.
it needs to stop there. Don't tell me what I should or should not be doing.
Hey, I love that though, man. At the end of the day, bro, you're gonna still do it though. That's what they don't understand. I think people lose sight
That's
of
it.
that. Yeah, you keep doing you, bro. I really appreciate you coming up. I'll be looking forward. You say it's dropping at midnight. I might stay up just to see the video or just to
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but make sure I'll make sure hopefully one of the mods could drop the link to it on your page. Is it on your page as a premiere? Or is it just you just gonna drop it
No,
on?
I'm because it's not like an official video.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it on out as a premiere. It's
Okay.
we just gonna drop it out there soft and we're gonna do some TikTok and some YouTube shit and then we'll see what happens.
Well, that's what's up, dog. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to coming in a couple hours, about an hour, right? An hour and 20 minutes.
Yes, sir. Damn, I ain't realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, we cut it up a lot longer than I thought, but I really appreciate it, man. And I think what this conversation we had was important for me as a person, just to truly believe that at the end of the day, man, we're all in it for one thing and one thing only, and that's the music. So if that's all it's about, there should be no hate anyway, anywhere
That's right.
whatsoever. Much
That's
love,
right,
man.
man. Much love, bro.
All right, homie. There he was, man, Mr. Collipark. I really appreciate everybody in the chat. And like I said, man, if what I said and I guess and you heard it out of Mr. Color Park, what he said offended you, it was not directed at any one individual. If you took it, in my opinion, if you took it that way, hey, then I apologize for the way you're taking it and perceiving it as me coming at you nasty. It wasn't that. I'm trying to understand it for myself, and I just happen to be recording it. So the way I look at those interviews, man, is I try to keep it 100 with what I would say to the individual if they were standing in front of me. I wouldn't change anything I said to him if he was standing right in front of me. And Chief Trailer Made that's in here, he'll tell you the same thing. I've had a couple interactions with a few people I've seen in the chat. I'm no different. Grim, you're welcome to have your opinion. I appreciate that. It's more than welcome. It's fine, Vic. I appreciate you releasing that, Vic. And just don't get nasty, Grim. That's a big that's a big one, Kurt. What? Yeah, no, I know. I know y'all understand, but at the end of the day, I don't what Mr. Collie Park says is important to me because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I didn't get anywhere in life based off of what somebody else thought. A lot of people my whole life actually doubted me for what I was doing, and it wasn't always the right move, but that's how I grow. That's how people grow. That's how you evolve. Allow people to make their own mistakes in life. Allow people to understand their own mistakes. If it's not affecting you, it shouldn't bother you. Shout out to Kurt, man. These interviews get bigger and better. Hey, I'm trying, Lee. Doing my thing, man. I like that people have the opportunity to talk. I've said it before. I think social media is a huge way to market yourself as a person, as an individual. And I allow any artist to come up here and use the platform to market what they're doing. Chief, shout out to you, man. I appreciate what you do, dog. Chief is behind the scenes. Chief is and he don't mind saying this. Chief is he shoots a lot of videos. He'll get and play the role. I like the one. Oh man, I can't remember the name. I think it's Muddy Water. It might be Muddy Water, where Chief is getting drowned. I think he gets. I can't even say it right. Drowned. He gets drowned. Your main girl. He's got hits. I mean, hit after hit after hit. Appreciate you, Alicia. River. That's what it was. But shout out to Chief, man. Chief keeps. I don't truly 100% know the role of any one individual in TrailerMade. They're all a team, man. They're all a family. Um, every one of them put forth effort to grow the family, the label, and I appreciate all of them. But shout out to Chief, man. I love I love his. I don't have a he don't have a care in the world. Sometimes he don't wear no emotions on his sleeve. Not that I've ever seen. Every time I've ever seen him, he's been in good spirits, laughing, and he's a good person to be around. Yeah, with Struggle Jennings. Yeah, that was dope. Shout out to Mama Payday. Oh no, Justin, nah, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I just seen a lot of mixed emotions from me. I've not from me, but just as an overall image of something different within the genre, I guess you could call it. And I just wanted to get an understanding. I felt like it might be important for somebody else to understand that, this guy didn't just decide that he was going to slide over here and he could stay right where he was at. That's the way I look at it. I know he says, look, Nappy Roots, Jeezy, these are forms of country rappers. Trick Daddy, that is country rap. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to admit that, but that's what it is. Go check out River with Hard Target, Struggle Jennings, and DJ Win. Yeah, that is fire. That's facts. And shout out to Trailer Made because they were really the first pocket of artists that I got to see um, for what they were, and that was rappers. And Hard Target made it clear that that's what he was. And I used to kind of not understand it. I thought, man, why is he kind of shitting on the genre? But that's not he wasn't. He was actually improving it for what it is. He's a rapper at the end of the day, man. That's what all this is. This is rap. I'm a fan of rap. I love it. I think me as a person, I might stop using that saying. Obviously, I'll tag it to keep it going, but I feel like for me, it is rap. But I gotta get up out of here, yo. Lee Moore, yes, thank you for the support. Lee Moore, that's Trailer Made Records, Chief Trailer Made. I seen a couple people in here. Eventually, what I feel like this genre will blend with everything it should blend with. People as fans will see it for what it is. They'll see it for rap. I think that majority of people that listen to country rap are country fans first. I think a lot of people are just now understanding the genre. They're just now it's reaching more people. That's why I think Mr. Collipark is super important because there's a lot of communities that don't even know who Upchurch is. As big as Jelly Roll Upchurch, Struggle Jennings, ACAL. They don't even know these names yet. If you want them to know the smaller names, you got to allow them to know every name. You got to these communities that don't know us. I've been around people in the country in gas stations that have no idea who Upchurch is. They have no idea who Adam Calhoun is. Who have no idea. You expect these people to know who Coca is, or Jack Gaspard, or Hard Target, or Simple Man, or and Hard Target is a one of the bigger ones out of there. I feel like he's got more reach. He's been found by more people. That's what it's about, man. It's about being found. It's about being seen. And Mr. Collipark is going to help that tremendously, to get recognition. He's not him getting on anything ain't gonna make anybody like anything. You know what I mean? That's what's confusing to me. But I'm not educating nobody. That's just saying my feelings. What I say is Kurt's feelings only. Don't think I'm trying to point it as this is what it is. It's not. I'm glad he came up, spoke with me. Glad we talked about what we talked about because I feel like it was important for me as a person. Other than that, I love y'all. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to Grim. Much love, Grim. A lot of people are afraid to voice their opinion because of what other people think. I love what I do, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good night.